I'm Tom Bedell, joined by Randy Bachman. Hello, sir.
Hi, Tom.
How are you?
Great.
Well, first of all, it sounds great. The Bachman Turner, the first track, rolling along. We're playing that on Q104. How did it feel to take the stage with Fred again?
Well, listen to the first line that he sings there. Head out on the highway, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Amazing. He came to rehearsal. I said, let's try Let It Ride, and the first thing was, you can see the morning. I said, man, nothing's changed. His voice is the same. It's a cement truck. It's amazing.
Now, how did the project, how did it come about? Kind of an interesting story here with how the project came to be.
Well, we got contacted about 3 years ago from a guy named Ingolf who owns and promotes Sweden Rock, a big Swedish rock festival that's 3 days, and he's been doing it for 20 years. And he was a fan of BTO, and he said, I don't want any clone BTOs. I don't want Turner with a bunch of guys. I don't want Randy Bachman. I want Bachman and Turner. Will you two guys come together? You were the guys, right? And he met me in London last year. I mean, first of all, he sent Fred an email 3 years ago, and Fred said, do you want to do this? And I said, well, I'm busy with Burton Cummings touring. But when that, ends, it's going to end in 2009, let's look at Sweden Rock. So I met with this guy, Ingolf, last year in London, and I assured him I was aboard, and Fred was with me, and we agreed to do Sweden Rock on June the 11th of this year. Meanwhile, I was doing a solo album, a rock album, again, back to bluesy, Cream, Hendrix, Zeppelin kind of roots songs. And I wrote a song called Rock and Roll's the Only Way Out, and I sent it to Fred and said, I'd like you to guest vocal on this, just sing it. And I've already sung it, but see if you can wipe me out, blow away my voice and do a better vocal track. And he sent me a note saying, I sang a harmony to you, and I think it's great, leave it the way it is. So I listened to it, and it was like a real screaming rock and roll, baby, you can drive my car, like two lead voices there. And I said to him, Fred, this is amazing. Do you have any more songs? He said, yeah, I got a truckload of songs. And I said, well, I've got a solo album done, but if you send me your songs, I'll pull a song of mine out that maybe is a little, not right there, that's a little weak, and I'll put one of yours in if it's better. And he said, great. So he started sending me pieces, and I started pulling out pieces of my album and putting in Turner, and it became a Bachman and Turner album. And he said, I'd love to, come out of retirement and play new songs. We'll still play the old songs, but I just don't want to get together and play old songs, because he's been doing that for years. And me too, I've been touring on my own, playing those songs, so those are our hits. So for me and him to be together playing them is so fantastic and incredible. And now with the internet and fans sending us wish lists and set lists and encores and what to play, we're playing a set now that's been designed by the fans all over the world who go to BachmanTurner.com, and they can get the free download and see our schedule, and they're sending us set lists, what to do, and we're having a great time.
Now, and there's no real sense in messing around with success, eh? You didn't really want to go in any different musical shifts or anything like that. Let's just go back to the 70s and just the classic Bachman-Turner sound, right?
Well, that's what I wanted to do, and I had a solo album, and Fred really agreed with it, that if I want to go and buy a new Eagles album or Joe Walsh album, I don't want to hear Joe Walsh with a hip-hop drum machine talking through a vocoder. I want Joe Walsh. I want Life's Been Good. You know what I mean? I want more of the same. I want that comfort food, rock and roll. So that's what I went back to, like I said, Cream, Hendrix, Zeppelin guitar riffs, which is what inspired BTO in the first place. And you take those guitar riffs and you put nice verses over them telling a story, and then you slam home this chorus, Taking Care of Business or Not Fragile or Let It Ride kind of thing that comes over that everybody can sing along with. That basically was the heavy rock idiom that we were part of that movement in the 70s. That's now called classic rock because it's stayed around so long. It's become, the music of the last 4 decades. Let's just go back and jump. Let's go to the playground where we used to play baseball and we hit a few home runs in. Okay, let's go back to that field. We went back to that field. It was Winnipeg. I went to Winnipeg in December with Fred. It was freezing cold, Portage in Maine. The studio was right at Portage in Maine, which is very appropriate. And out came these songs. I took them home and mixed them, and it's there be out September the 18th, and the fans can get some free downloads from the website. This is the missing album that never came out in 1977.
Here's Bachman Turner rolling along on the Q.
Who are those pleasant old men?
It's BTO. They're Canada's answer to ELP. Their big hit was TCB.
The home of rock and roll, Q104 with BTO live at 4:05 and Taking Care of Business. I'm in conversation with Randy Bachman this afternoon. How did it feel getting back together with Fred Turner? What's Fred been up to low these many years?
Well, he sent me an email about 4 or 5 years ago and said, I'm going to try retiring. I said, what does that mean? He said, I think I got to learn to golf and fish. And I said, great, good luck. I've got a radio show. You don't retire, you just keep doing it. And then when Sweden Rock came up, he said, I figured a retirement was invented by guys who have a job they don't like. They just wait, and then they want to retire. But I love doing this. I don't want to fish and golf. I want to write songs and play music. I said, great, let's start a new band. We'll be called Bachman and Turner. Let's drop the overdrive. Let's do something new. We'll honor all our old hits. We'll do 3 or 4 old songs and a new song, 3 or 4 old and a new song. If the fans don't like it, they really can't complain because we're giving them 15 BTO hits with 3 or 4 new songs. If they like the new songs, that gets incorporated in.
And you're not using overdrive in the band then?
No, it's just Bachman and Turner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you drop that?
Well, it connotated the old band.
Right.
You know what I mean? That we're just only playing that, and it's a brand new band, so we got a new logo, we got a new label. There's some issues if we use that name. Is Robbie Bachman going to be there, or Tim Bachman, or Blair Thornton, any of the old guys? And it's not. Clearly, it's me and Fred with my own backup band. It's the Bachman and Turner band. So it really is a new entity or a new vehicle, but the engine and the steering wheel is me and Fred Turner. Mm-hmm. So the rest of the vehicle is okay. It's still the big truck that rolls on down the highway with the gravel in the back.
and you guys both look fantastic. You were in Studio Q here in Halifax a few years ago, and you'd lost a pile of weight. And Fred is very healthy these days too. Almost the same deal. You guys are both very lean and mean.
Yeah, he counts his calories and works out every day. Makes sure the calorie intake is lower than his workout, and he's lost about 100 pounds.
Nice.
So we're both in great shape mentally, physically. Musically, it's fantastic. We played Charlottetown PEI last Saturday at the Canada Day Festival. It was amazing, and our set was made by the fans. And to come out on stage and open with what we used to close with, so we open with Roll On Down the Highway, then Rock Is My Life, then Not Fragile, then Hey You. It's like 4 smash hits right in your face, and then we do a new song, and nobody even knows it's a new song because it fits in so well. And then we get into Stayed Awake All Night, and we even throw in American Woman as part of Stayed Awake All Night, and the crowd loves it because Turner singing it is just amazing.
So you're not going to have Homer Simpson yelling at you to play some old stuff.
Taking care of business!
Don't worry, sir. We'll get to that one.
No talking! No new crap! Taking care of business now!
We took Homer to heart, and we sneak in, like I said, but I don't even announce that it's a new song. We just go into the song. People have come and said, well, that 5th song you played is great. What album is that on? And I say, it's on the new album. Oh, really? Oh, we got to get that. They think it's an old album cut that we're playing. So they fit right in. I achieved, I think, what I wanted to achieve. The album that didn't come out in 77. We wrote it. I created the sounds. It sounds exactly, if you're a BTO fan and love what you hear on the radio now or back then, this is the album you've been waiting for 30 years.